Hello everybody and welcome to this hand reflexology tutorial to reduce stress and tension. Now with any of my hand reflexology routines, I recommend that you use a hand lotion to nicely massage into your hands before we start this routine. Now this is because you need a certain amount of glide and lubrication in order to perform these movements comfortably. If you don't, we're using our thumbs and index fingers quite a little bit, and it can make them a little bit sore just at the nail bed if you don't add a lotion in. It's also a good way of getting some essential oils onto and into your skin, just to boost the efficiency of the reflexology that I'll be showing you. So if you do happen to have a hand cream that's for example and perfectly lavender scented, that will be a really good option. Alternatively, you could always buy an unfragranced or one with just a very light fragrance and add some essential oils yourself. Just a few drops into a base cream is all you need. And on that note, do remember never to use undiluted essential oils onto your bare skin, as it can cause a lot of skin irritation. So the essential oils I would be recommending that you would use for reducing stress and tension are ones such as obviously lavender, but also geranium, rose, any ones like that. The lovely florally scented ones will be really good for this. Another one is bergamot, which is a really nice kind of almost a woody scented essential oil. Now the base cream that I use at home is Superdrug's vitamin E cream. Very inexpensive and does the job really well. It's an all over body cream. You only need a small amount. A small amount goes a long way. Yeah, like I say, very inexpensive, about £2.99 for such a big tub, so that will last you a long time. So each of the points that I'm going to demonstrate to you on your hands are designed to be used on yourself, but of course you can use these routines on friends and family members. It's a really lovely bonding thing to do with children and teenagers, so I do encourage that as well. It's a really lovely thing to do. And also as well, I think as a parent it gives you that opportunity to, when you see for example your teenager going through moments of stress, especially around exam time, anything like that, it's nice to be able to offer something to them that you can, you know, practically do with them to help with these things. So very simple routine. Each of the movements that I'll show you are going to be worked on both hands. To start off, we're going to be stimulating what's known as the solar plexus point. Now, if you've seen any of my videos in the past, ones like lifting your mood and sleep, I will have used this point. It's a really important point to stimulate and soothe at the same time. So the solar plexus point on our body is located about here, just under the diaphragm area. It's that point in the body where you feel when either you've had an argument with somebody or you feel anxiety, you feel very nervous. It's that awful pit of the stomach feeling that you get. That's the area that we're going to want to soothe. And of course, when we're under stress and experiencing stress and tension, that area is going to be overly stimulated. So we really want to make contact with it and get it just to calm off. The great thing about this point is it can be used in a crowded room and no one around you needs to know that you're using it. So again, a fantastic tool for teenagers going into exams and during exams. I always say as well, for people that say if you're giving presentations, if you're commuting and you're worried about, you know, the day's work you're going into, or a meeting that you're heading to, anything like that, it's a really good point to stimulate. Also as well, those suffering that I come across in my work actually quite a lot, those that suffer with social anxiety, any anxiety in big crowds of people, meeting people for the first time, It's something that you can do without, again, anyone knowing that you're doing it, but it's almost like that secret tool in your toolbox in your mind that you can think, okay, let me stimulate that. That will really help to settle me down. So really, really, really useful tool. If you don't remember any of the other points that I'm going to tell you now and you're out and about, please do try and remember this one. So on your hand, it's the point you will notice there's this padded area under your fingers. We want to be going just under that padded area. And if you scrunch your hand up a little, you'll see there's a natural crease and a fold line here anyway. Now we want to be going at the point, the bottom of this padded area, in between these middle fingers. And as you place the pad of your thumb there, if you were to scrunch your hand up slightly, you can actually feel that there's a little bit of a natural dip there. Now apply as much pressure as you want to apply, it really doesn't matter, but just take a moment to circle that area. Now obviously for demonstration purposes I'm showing you like this, but in the situation that I just explained where you want to be using it in an outside setting amongst other people, and obviously now when I'm demonstrating you're just, you know, using it on your hand like that, you don't have to be holding your hand up, you will just be using it like that. Now again, nobody's going to think that you're doing anything. You can have your hands in your lap. You could make out that you're rubbing hand cream in and stimulate that point. People just think you're clasping your hands, and if your hands are in your lap, it looks like a very natural position. So really, really good one to stimulate without people knowing that you are. Now to add some added stress busting techniques in there, you can also add in a breathing technique as you stimulate this point. It's not essential, but a really good one to do if you are just at home and you're following this whole routine. So when you're on this point, again, what we want to be doing is we want to be circling on that point. So circle in any direction, it doesn't matter. But as you're going in any of the directions, take a lovely deep, slow breath in. Hold at the top, and then as you breathe out, just circle the other way. Just nice, slow, long breath out. Then again, breathe in. And out. Lovely. Now make a note with this breathing. Check as you're going along that it is slow and deep. A lot of people, when I ask them to give me some deep breaths here in my treatment room, they're breathing very shallowly, and that might happen when you're particularly under stress as well. Just pay attention to the bottom of your lungs here, right on your diaphragm here, and just give me a nice breath right from the bottom there, almost as if it's coming from your stomach. For those that do natural breathing exercises, you will know that that's the area you want to concentrate on. But just nice, deep, slow breaths. So once you've done that for 3 times on this hand, you'll want to do it for 3 times on this hand. And you'll notice there I just switched to the index finger. Whatever finger, thumb is easiest for you, it really doesn't matter. Perfect. Now for stress relief, obviously we want to be clearing our busy mind. We want to get rid of those stressful thoughts that are going zooming through our mind, clearing away that busy monkey mind chatter that goes on constantly. So the area for the head on the hand is the tip of the thumb down to that natural knuckle crease line at the back of the thumb. So this whole area is for the head. Now, the easiest way of doing this, using index finger or thumb, is to slide up. That's it, just covering the whole of that area. Now, on some of the routines that I would have showed you in previous videos, it's important what direction to be moving in. For example, if I were to stimulate the lungs, it always has to be worked from the bottom of the lungs up. With this, it doesn't matter, as long as that whole area is covered. So you can go from that crease up to the tip, or the tip down to the crease. It really doesn't matter. So you want to cover that whole area 3 times, just to clear that busy mind. You'll be doing this a lot more slowly as well, because what we want to do is obviously we're reducing that stress. So everything just done much more slowly. Covering the whole of that area, and then move on to the other thumb. So next we want to go on to our neck, another common place for stress and tension to be held, especially at the back of our skull here. For any of you that have ever had an Indian head massage or any head massage of any sort, you'll probably remember that's the area that feels quite tender. If you wanted to press in there now, you'll notice just how tender that feels if you're suffering with stress and tension. So we just want to really ease off that whole area. And the area for the neck is actually on that crease at the back of the thumb. So where you've got that crease line at the back of that knuckle joint, you simply slide across, covering that whole of that joint. Now, for any reflexologists that are watching this, wanting to update their hand reflexology skill set, wherever I'm sliding, you'll want to be using your thumb walking. Okay, so just sliding across there, releasing all of that tension in the neck. And then the same on the other side. Perfect. So now we want to work on the adrenal glands. Now, when we're experiencing stress, the adrenal glands are one of the areas of the body that really fire up. They're responsible for that fight or flight response system in our body that can affect so many organs and systems. Stress is responsible for a huge percentage of all illnesses. And so the adrenal glands is a really major organ in the body that we really want to calm down. Now that area is located, see where the webbing is here between your thumb and your first finger. I want to be going in at roughly the middle point there, using my thumb and finger. I want to go in just about as far as there, right in the middle, so up until roughly this knuckle joint on my index finger, and I want to give a squeeze and pulse. So just giving 1, 2, 3. So you're obviously squeezing the palm of the hand as well as you are the back. 1, 2, 3. You can actually feel there that it's just webbing there. You know, you're not going on any bones or anything like that. So 1, 2, 3, and then again on the other hand, 1, 2, 3 for the adrenal glands. Now next we want to be working the spine. 1, because we want the spine to be nicely softened and relaxed, aiding that lovely relaxation that we want to try and induce. But also the spine is responsible for our nervous system, and when we're under stress, that gets fired up as well, so we really want to be calming that down as well. Now the area for the spine is the side of your thumb. The side of your thumb, from the tip, working down, sliding down, all the way down roughly to where your wrist is. Now there's a good guideline here for you, because there's a bony area that runs all the way down that side. So as you're going down, you can actually feel you're almost working against the side of that bone. So use those bones as your guide, simply sliding down that spine reflex. Perfect. Now again, I'm doing this for demonstration purposes, and that looks and feels very awkward, but you will be having your hands nicely comfortable, one supporting the other if you want, and you'll just be working down the side of your thumb. Lovely. Sliding down. Really good one here as well for any of you that suffer with backache, which can sometimes go hand in hand with stress, obviously. If ever you've got that horrible tight feeling in your back, use this just to open that spine and relax it away a little. Lovely. And again, then we're going to be wanting to follow that exact same route on the other hand. Now we're going to perform something now called a diaphragm sweep. Now those of you that have seen my other videos with this in, the one for inducing sleep in particular, this is a really useful one, and it's used predominantly to encourage deep breathing. When we deepen our breaths, naturally our stress starts to fall away and a sense of relaxation comes over us. So simply to carry this out, we want to go back to that solar plexus point. So that natural dip there in between both of those fingers, just at the bottom of this padded area that's here. Now from the solar plexus point, you simply want to glide along that crease, that natural crease mark at the bottom of this padded area. Simply glide, lift off, back to the solar plexus point, and then glide in the other direction. And again, do this one more time, and last time, 3 times for your diaphragm sweep, and repeat on the other hand. And that's us pretty much done. We want to now finish off with the solar plexus point just as we started. So again, finding that spot and circle. And again, you can add in your deep breathing here if you choose to. So inhaling, circling in one direction, holding, exhaling and circling in the other. Perfect. Now I really hope this video has helped you. Do please check out my other videos on my channel. There are going to be some other ones there for lifting your mood, things like, as I've mentioned already, help for sleep, and any sort of sleep meditations and guided meditations, hypnotherapy that might be really useful for you. If you do like this video, please click on the like, thumbs up icon. Please do subscribe, and next to the subscribe button there's a bell icon. If you were to click on that, you'll be alerted whenever I release any new videos, which I intend to do pretty much on a weekly basis. So yes, hope you enjoyed this video, and stay safe and keep well.